Parenting is, well, it's a never-ending series of tough calls, isn't it? And in those really heated moments, we're all just trying our best, but it can be so hard to know what best even looks like.
Have you ever had one of those days? You know the ones. The screaming, the hitting, the just not listening. And in that moment, when you're at your wit's end, all you want with every fiber of your being is for it to just stop.
If you're nodding along right now, I just really want you to hear this. You are so not alone. That feeling is a universal part of being a parent. But what if there's a different way to look at those moments, a different path we can take? Let's dive in.
So, every single time we face a challenging behavior, we're actually standing at a fork in the road. And these two paths, well, they lead to completely different destinations for our kids.
Okay, so here is the absolute core of it. Punishment is all about control. Its one and only goal is to stop a behavior in its tracks, right now. But positive discipline, it has a much, much bigger goal, to actually teach a skill that's going to last a lifetime. One is a sprint, the other is a marathon.
I like to think of punishment as whacking weeds. You see the weed, you whack it, and for a second, it's gone. Poof! It feels like a quick fix, right? But the root is still down there, just waiting to pop back up, because we never actually dealt with what was causing it in the first place.
Positive discipline, on the other hand, is like tending the whole garden. It's about looking at the soil, giving the plant support, and figuring out what it needs to grow strong on its own. Yeah, it definitely takes more patience, but what you get in the end is a healthy, resilient garden.
Now, before we go any deeper, it is so important that we clear the air about some really common myths that are out there.
The number one thing I always hear is, wait, so you're just supposed to let your kids do whatever they want? And the answer to that is a huge, resounding no. Absolutely not.
And this is where it really clicks. Think about it. Permissive parenting is basically all kindness and no firmness. Punishment is the opposite, all firmness and no kindness. Positive discipline is that magic sweet spot right in the middle. It's about being both kind and firm at the same time. You set clear, respectful boundaries. Okay, myth number 2, and it's a big one. The idea that this approach means kids just get away with everything. Honestly, that could not be further from the truth.
Look, consequences are a huge part of learning. But, and this is the key, they have to actually make sense. Taking away TV because a kid spilled juice, what does that teach about juice? Nothing. It just feels random and unfair. But a consequence that's related and respectful, like, let's get the cloth and clean this up together, that teaches responsibility. All right, enough with the theory, right? Let's get real. What does this stuff actually look and sound like in those messy, frustrating, everyday moments?
So picture this, one kid hits the other. The punishment response is something like, go to your room, you're so mean. The message there is, you are bad and I don't want to be near you. It teaches shame. The discipline approach says, I won't let you hit. I can see you're really upset right now. Let's take a pause. See the difference? The behavior isn't okay, but the feeling is, and I'm here to help you with it.
Let's try another classic, the refusal to clean up toys. The punishment? Fine, no TV for a week. That's just a power play, and it invites a fight about how unfair you are. The logical consequence? Any toys left out will need to take a rest on the shelf until tomorrow. It's directly connected, it's not personal, and it teaches cause and effect without all the drama.
Oh man, this one is huge. The homework lie. Punishing a kid for lying, you lied, give me your phone, only teaches them one thing. Get better at lying so you don't get caught. The discipline approach gets right to the heart of the problem. Let's figure out what was so hard about homework today that you felt like you couldn't tell me the truth. It makes honesty feel safe.
You know, these little interactions, day in and day out, they're not just moments. They're actually building blocks. And over years, the path we choose has this profound impact on the kind of person our child will grow up to be. So, if the main tool in our toolbox is punishment, what are we actually building? Well, the research shows we're often building a foundation of fear. This can lead to kids who are more anxious, who have lower self-esteem, and who learn that the most important skill in life is simply not getting caught.
But what if we choose the other path? What does that future look like? We're building a foundation of trust and skill. We're raising kids who know how to handle their big feelings, who are good at solving problems, and who, most importantly, have their own internal compass for doing the right thing, even when we're not there watching. If you take away only one single thing today, please let it be this. This one shift in perspective changes everything. Our children's tough behaviors, they are not giving us a hard time. They are having a hard time. It's not an attack, it's a signal.
It's a cry for help with a feeling or a skill they just haven't mastered yet.
And it all comes back to the word itself, which is kind of beautiful when you think about it. The word discipline was never meant to be about punishment. Its root word is disciple, which just means a student. Our job isn't to be a police officer, it's to be a teacher.
Like and subscribe for more updates. Write in the comments if you have any topic ideas. Thank you for watching.